Alright, so today we're going to do Playin in the band. Going to go through the main song part and some of the jam. It's in D. Starts out. You hear Jerry up here on the riff. That's Jerry up there, so Bob's down here. Just doing regular D at the second. So we're going to start out with it. Count is a 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a 10 count. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then so after they come in with the intro, this is the intro D, and then go from that to the C note, and then keep this at the third B string, this note D. Then you go from the C to the B, kind of like emphasizing this from C to G. You don't play the top, you just... So, and then he says, some folks trust the reason. That's when you move up to this shape, at the 5th and 7th D. Put the 6 on it too with your pinky. Same little 10 count. Hit the 6. And then so, some folks trust in reason, others trust in might. A real quick. Back to D. So, kind of like hammer on that. I do that. I like to do that too. I've heard lots of versions where he does that. Well, you don't have to. You can just do. So that's the verses. So we'll play with it. So the main riff everybody knows is the... That's Jerry doing that. Bob's doing the counterpoint. So it's the G string, or the D string, from the 5th to the 7th. Hammer on and then hit it once after. And then right after go to the 5th on the G string. And then same thing on the next part. So, and then from the 5th to the 7th on the D string, you stay on it instead of going up to the G. So. 7th on the A string to the D. So you hear the harmonizing, especially when you have a Jerry player doing the. So let's play with it. Okay, and then for the second part, so for the first two he goes and just repeats it. And then for the second, so for the second one he goes, kind of strums these three together. It's like a D7 or a A minor, whichever way you look at it. And then instead of, you go finish it by putting the bar on it for the, so halfway, and then you finish it. And then instead of going, he goes this D right here, because open D, and then on the G string on the 7th, and then the 10th on the B string. It's a little D exception. And you hammer on from the 7th to the 9th. Go back to this D. So fully through, we'll play with it. You'll just watch my fingers how it's the first two are just the single note, and then the second two are the chord formations over the single notes with it. Now the second two. Back to the verse. So this part he goes to A is the bridge. E, A, E, A. So he does it twice. But the second one he goes, this is the first one. Second one, you kind of slide from the first to the second fret. So he does it 3 times total. And the second one is in the middle, he goes. So if he goes, G, D. Back to A, E, A. Same thing. So this part took me a little bit to get. This is the trickiest part of the whole little song part. So after you do that little E to A section, the G, D, A, sit on A. And what he does is puts his pinky on the G string, slides all the way up to set himself up for the riff he's about to do, all the way up to the 12th. And then for this whole riff, you keep your middle finger on the 10th fret on the B string, and you walk down the G string above it so you kind of just keep that, keep this right there, right? So it's like a little D riff, but he slowly just so 12th, 11th, 9th, 12th, while keeping your middle finger on the 10th fret the entire time. So from the A, kind of just slide up with your pinky finger to set you up for the riff. Oh, wrong string, sorry. And then B minor, G, D, and then this is G minor triad, back into D. So just so the G minor triad is like on the 8th fret, your middle finger is on the D string, 7th fret on the G string, 8th fret on the B string. Little triad right there, it's like A major 7, slid up to the 8th. B minor, right here it's like the B, the bar B minor, but instead of bar in it you kind of just, this finger's off, middle finger's off, your top thumb is barring the top, and your ring finger is doing the to G. So B minor, G minor. So yeah, B minor, G, D, G minor, D. In those variations too, because he kind of walks down.